go down.
What is going on, guys? It's ThnxCya, or ThnxCya, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little clip that I put at the beginning, because as you can probably tell from that and from the title of this video that, yeah, in fact, I went shooting for the first time on Sunday, which was, yeah, awesome. And, excuse me, this kind of commentary is going to be about my experiences of that, kind of what I thought, and this is a bad way to start a TDM. Getting shotgunned in the face, that's never a good thing. But yeah, anyway, just quickly before I talk about my kind of shooting experience and stuff, I wanted to sort of address two quick things, and one about the gameplay. This is actually a 17-4 game, which may not sound amazing, but I picked it for the reason that I die like 3 times quickly at the beginning, and I have a very bad habit of rage quitting matches, and I'm increasingly trying not to rage quit them as much as possible, purely because A, it's a little bit unfair on my teammates, having, you know, like, let them lose a man sort of right at the beginning of the game, and B, if I stick in the game, chances are I can, you know, pull off a decent game and get a decent gameplay out of it. So this is an example of one of those games where I'm really glad that I stuck around, and it turned out really well for me. So yeah, I kind of wanted to make that point, because I'm super guilty of it myself, so I'm trying my best to change my ways, as it were. But also, you see the area that I'm in front of now? I'm actually going to die right now, but yeah, that kind of area that I'm in there, that's the area that I'm going to hold down for the majority of this gameplay, and I believe this is the best place to be on this map, especially for a game type like TDM, because if you go in the middle, there is a lot of people in the windows that will take you out, as well as it being very, very sort of busy and hectic around this kind of area that I'm in now. So try and avoid that if you can. And the benefit to staying in the area that I just mentioned is that you have 2 very long lines of sight either side of the map, as well as you can control the back spawn area. You also have a tunnel linking the 2 sides, as well as you have an entrance to the metro, so you can basically cut off all links, and yeah, you can do really well on this map. So if any of you guys have it, feel free to try it and, you know, tell me how it goes. But anyway, I'm going to move on to the more interesting bit now, because yeah, I'm very fortunate in the fact that one of the guys that works for my dad is very into shooting. I believe he started shooting, like, clay pigeon shooting. I think it might have been, I'm not too sure how many years ago, I'm guessing maybe 15 years or something. And he actually did it competitively in tournaments and competitions and stuff, but over time, as some of you guys might not know, just because of the power of the gun basically that you use for it, you can really damage your back doing it. So it got to the point where he was like, yeah, I enjoy shooting and I enjoy, you know, the discipline of guns, but I really don't want to injure myself and make, you know, years of my life, you know, in absolute agony because my back's sore or whatever. So he kind of thought, why not try some target shooting? And this is the actual thing that I did. I shot, and I've actually tried to Google the name of this gun, but I keep finding this weird wooden gun, which definitely wasn't it. You know, it was like a brand new rifle or whatever. But I actually shot and this is the name that he gave me. It's a Speedmaster .223 AS-15 with a silencer equipped to it, and I think it's a Remington rifle. But yeah, I actually shot on a MOD firing range, which was absolutely crazy. Because for starters, it's in the middle of nowhere. You know, you'd never find this place if you weren't looking for it, which I think's very deliberate. As well as, like, we drove in the middle of nowhere for like 5-10 minutes and down these windy roads in fields and whatever, and then we could actually see the place, so it was cool. But there was like a road sign on the left-hand side, and I was like, oh, what does that say? I can't really read it. So we got a bit closer, and it was like this big red sign, and it said at the beginning, like, terrorist threat, and then there was 2 like little hooks underneath it where obviously you could replace like a little sign on the actual sign itself. So I got a bit closer, said terrorist threat, and then underneath it said heightened, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing here? But yeah, it was all safe and it was all fine. It was actually the guy that I was talking about who works for my dad is actually a member of a gun club, and what they occasionally do is they host like gun club days, like open days where 2 clubs will go and they'll help each other out and they'll shoot sort of a different place to their normal clubs. So at this particular occasion it was this MOD firing range, and it's actually like a proper military firing range that the army use and stuff, and I was shooting from 300 meters, which was the standard length at the actual ranges. They had about, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them. The place was huge, but Yeah, I actually did pretty well. I shot 10 rounds. I was like lying down. I actually have some photos. I've only got a couple. They're not great, but if any of you guys want to see them, I might like tag them onto the end of my next video or something. But yeah, it's kind of like bullseye and then middle bit and then outer bit. And I actually shot 10 rounds. I got a dead center bullseye, which part of me thinks it was really, really beginner's luck because it was so windy that day. Like we had weather warnings and everything. It was terribly windy, but yeah, I managed to get one bullseye as well as 9 sort of middle rings, which for my first time I was really happy with, and people said that I did really well, so that was really cool. The people were so friendly as well. It was incredible. Like one of these guys even asked me, like, he's like, "Oh, do you want to shoot my rifle?" And it was like a proper high caliber. I think it was like an M14 or something crazy like that. But I respectfully declined because I didn't want to, bite off more than I could chew on my first time. But yeah, I had an awesome time with it. And yeah, I was very apprehensive about going, if I'm honest with you, because obviously guns have a bit of a reputation attached to them. But as a person that has played shooting games for years and years and years now, I guess curiosity got the best of me, really. And I kind of mentioned to my dad that at some point I would like to try and fire a gun, for the experience of it. So my dad got in contact with the guy who worked for him. He was just like, "Yeah, my son wants to try it. Would you be willing?" And he was like, "Yeah," he was more than happy. So thanks to him for that. But yeah, I think with this sort of bad reputation that guns have, my philosophy really on it is that if you're surrounded by, the right people in the right environment, a controlled environment, a safe environment with professionals who know what they're doing, and you're well instructed in what you're doing, I believe that, not much can go wrong, really, and you can find out if you enjoy, like shooting as a hobby, really. But it really has to be in those right kind of situations and those right disciplines, I believe, because guns are scary, and they do ruin people's lives. So if you're going to do it, do it safely and, enjoy it for what it is, really. And I was obviously a bit apprehensive at first, but from doing it, I'd really encourage anyone who ever had the opportunity to do it, who got the chance maybe through some work or someone who takes you, or like a 21st or some kind of party or whatever, to really try it, just to see if you like it or not. But some people don't like guns. That's completely fair enough. But I think it's an opportunity that if you didn't take, you might regret a little bit, because yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm really grateful for that experience. So anyway, guys, that's the end of the commentary. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for your support. It's been awesome having you guys over on the channel for the last couple of months. So yeah, as always, guys, thanks and see ya.